Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, good morning, morning. I really appreciate you guys being here this morning. Monday morning. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Got the Nasdaq up here, Nasdaq futures contracts. If it's your first time watching this stream, we exclusively trade Nasdaq futures contracts on the stream. So I do trade other things. I swing trade equities and dabble a little bit of crypto every once in a while. We talk about that stuff too. But for the sake of this stream, the only thing we've got up on the charts is the Nasdaq futures contract, and we've got multiple time frames going on up here. But we're looking at certain time frames at certain times. So like in the pre-market, I'm going to be mainly focusing on the higher time frames, daily, 4-hour, and then I'll come down to the 60-minute to kind of get to draw out some more levels. But really I'm looking at the daily and 4-hour down here to get a bird's eye view of what's going on in the market. And then I'll be looking over here on the 60-minute to try to find some setups and stuff as well, and some key levels. And then as the market opens, we're really looking at the 1-minute, 5-minute, 500 volume. So lots of stuff going on the screen, but I'm really only looking at 1 or 2 charts at a time. I just have these up here for the sake of the stream. I can quickly reference a time frame if I see something setting up on that time frame, and then maybe I'll jump to another one to really narrow down or focus in on that particular setup. So let's look at the daily chart to start out with. You know, one thing I might actually do is look at the weekly. Let's look at last week's candle. This really isn't really telling me that much, to be honest with you. This particular candle, there is a wick going on here. We've also got a wick going on down here. I wouldn't really call this a doji. I would kind of just call this, I don't know, nothing really. But one thing I will notice is that we're coming to the 20 SMA on the weekly chart. And we can see here the 20 SMA is kind of held. We had one attempt at it over here back in April, beginning of April. Failed, and that pushed down another leg. Will that happen again here? It still hasn't quite touched it yet. We've also got this big resistance level up at 13,000-ish that I've been looking at, and I've been talking about on the stream as well. What that comes more into focus more on a daily chart. So let's pop open the daily chart. We can see that downtrend, this down channel that we've been in. We're currently in a little bit of an up channel. Even though on Friday we did have quite a bit of selling coming in on Friday, which looked pretty bearish, to be honest. Let's just draw this, see if this gives us anything. We've got a support line right there, and we can see if we just put that on the top there, how perfect that is. Actually came right up there and touched the top of this channel on Friday. So you know, we're at the top of the channel. We may be getting a pushback. I don't know, a retracement. What am I trying to say here, guys? What is the term I'm trying to say? Can't think of it. It may just be pushing off this level. We may want to come down, may want to come back up. 13,000 for me, it looks like a big level. You know, we've got some touches on it over here, a couple touches, a couple attempts at 13,000. Couldn't quite make it through it. We've also got pullback. Thank you. Jeez, man, that was hard. It's Monday morning, guys. What's up, Major Dave? Hey, Nico, what's up? Paul, good morning. Ken, good morning. Zero. Sounds like you're not here, but thank you for posting the message. If you watch this later, I appreciate you making the effort to come in here and just say hello this morning. So thank you. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a pullback going on up here. We're right at the top of that channel. May pull back, may come down to this channel. I don't know. But it's looking a little high up here. But we can see it, you know, may want to come down, then come up. We've got Apple and Amazon earnings on Thursday. Apple and Amazon earnings on Thursday. That's important enough to say it twice because I think that's really going to be a market mover, how those earnings come out. If you're interested in, you know, buying rumors, selling the news type stuff on earnings, you know, the market may be providing you a nice little pullback to get in on Amazon or Apple before the earnings come out. You know, next couple of days we may drift down. I'm not sure, but we're gonna, you know, it's good to keep this smaller up channel in mind in the context of a larger down channel as we now move down to lower time frames like a 4-hour or an hourly, to see to see what might be going on, see if we can't find any opportunities. We're going to draw that same up channel over here on the 4-hour that we just drew on the daily. You can see it right here. Again, we're still in a context of, what's up, Matt Davies? Good morning, man. We're still in the context of a larger down channel, so we have to keep that in mind. I wouldn't go bearish until we hit a significant level of resistance and we broke this supporting channel here. Then I would be looking for that leg down, but it's got to do that. Right now we need to be trading this channel, and so we are in a bullish momentum since I guess June 15th, so last 10 days or so. You don't want to buy the top of the channel here and then it rolls down. So really your area needs to be somewhere down here if you're more of a swing trader to be looking to buy. And, to be honest with you, it's looking to be taking shorts up here. So that context is good. And as we move down to the hourly, we can see that it is looking kind of bearish, coming in, particularly the last, few hours here. It's looking bearish. Pushing off the top of the band on the hourly. We're coming now down to the 20 SMA on the hourly. So I drew a couple levels here, a little support channel here, which is at this point of control. This is an overnight volume, a weekly volume profile, I'm sorry, which has just been calculating since last night. So it's not really it's not mature. I wouldn't say it's, that valid. Hey, good morning, Ron. Good morning, Caesar. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, guys. But, we can trade just kind of this price action on this hourly as well. We're getting a little bit of a pullback here. It'll give you some structure that you could trade the break of to maybe possibly come back up. We've got some support down here. Got some support down here. If you were looking to short it, if you're saying, okay, it looks like we're at the top of a higher time frame channel, and we've got this, drop here on the hourlies, and I think it's going to come down some more. I'm not saying I'm doing this as your voice in your head right now, if that makes any sense. You can say, all right, I'm looking to short it based on the fact that we're at the top of this channel, and it looks like maybe, let's say you think on the 4-hour, hitting the top of the channel, and we're going to do one of these, right? And come down maybe down to 12,300. Well, then we're going to drop down to the 5 minutes, and we're going to be looking for a 5-minute pullback, right? Where prices, we're doing this on the 5 minute. We're going to be looking for one of these to come up and then drop again. And so we'll use the 5 minute, possibly 1 minute, even the 500 volume, then to find that bearish structure and trade a pullback on the bearish structure. So that's kind of how I use the multiple time frames. The 1 hour, you're like, all right, well, maybe I'll just jump in here. This looks like it's going down. Let me just jump in on it. But you really, on futures contracts, because of the leverage involved, you really want to fine tune your entry to limit your drawdown as much as possible. So now we can come down to the 5 minute, 1 minute. This is the exact same, downtrend line using the same price points, just on different time frames. You could say, all right, well, now we're looking for that pullback on the 1 minute, and this might be a good opportunity. We got a pullback, or you could wait for a bearish candle on the 1 minute here and jump in on it. Same thing with the 500 volume. And these time frames are all kind of showing the same thing, just in different visual of it. So that's kind of how I use those three. I'm not going to trade pre-market. I don't trade pre-market. If anybody has watched this before, we don't really take anything pre-market. It's just the price doesn't really follow those rules, and particularly on the open as well. Price tends to spike around. One trade we've been noticing that's been working on the open is that the price has really respected the Bollinger Bands on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. So price will sometimes explode to a Bollinger Band, top of the band on the 1 minute, or the bottom of the band on the 1 minute, and it'll give you a bounce off of that. So here, you might look for an area of confluence where we've got this downtrend line. We've got the upper band on the 1 minute. You've also got a resistance level right here at this touch on the 1 minute. So if we thought, our overall kind of thought process was bearish based on the higher time frames, we'd be looking for a good price to get in on it. On lower time frames, we're always trying to fight for price, get a good price. You don't want to short the bottom. You don't want to buy the top. So we're looking for some sort of pullback. So as I'm looking at this now, I'm looking at this area as an area of confluence on the market open that I may find some resistance. We've got this downtrend line. We've got a touch here on price, which is providing horizontal level of resistance. We also have the upper band on the 1 minute. So for me, that would be, an area possibly to short scalp it on the open. It may drop. I'm sorry, it may break that. And, if it broke that, then I think you would see a real explosion in price. We've also got the 20 SMA on the 5 minute coming in right there. Then you might see an explosion in price back up to these highs. But the way that I'm seeing it right now on the higher time frames, it looks like we're pushing off the upper channel. I'm also looking over here at cumulative delta. We're negative cumulative delta on the overnight, but green on the day so far. But when I see this divergence like this, typically delta is going to win that divergence. So I'll be looking at maybe taking a short scalp and an impulse up. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't know. How you guys doing this morning? Good morning. It's Dave. Vernon, I think I said good morning to you, Vernon, but I'm not sure. I hope I did. If I did not, good morning, Vernon. Good morning. Good morning. It's awesome to see the Discord. Every time I check the Discord, you guys are blowing that thing up. The thing's got a ton of activity going on. So I hope you guys are getting some value out of that, out of the online community. If you haven't checked out the Discord, I encourage you guys to do that. Got a ton of conversations going over there. I'm probably not staying on top of it as much as I am, but I'm really just kind of created that for, I've had a lot of people ask me about creating a Discord. So I created it, and you guys have really sorry, trying to copy the link here for it. I've really just kind of made it your own, which is awesome. So here's the Discord link. And that is, that's kind of what the Discord's for, is for everybody to get in there online, ask questions, bounce ideas off each other. You can talk shit about me if you want. You can do whatever you want. It's totally open, free expression. And we might add, thanks, Nico. My man Nico every morning is giving me a tip, contributing to the channel. I always say, people are like, why do you need money? Why do you need to do this? I got two small kids. They eat a lot. They need a lot. Very needy little children. That's a joke. I love my kids, obviously. But every little bit helps to support the channel. It motivates me to get on here on a Monday morning. I slept in late today, man. I just woke up like at 7:20. We went out of town this last weekend and got back late last night, and just trying to get back in the swing of things here. I probably would have taken today off if I could have. I guess I could have, but I wanted to get on here, see you guys. The community, the channel is really growing every time I look. Getting more people in, getting more communication, interaction, more comments, everything. So that's awesome. I'm not really looking for numbers. I'm not looking for subscriber numbers. I'm looking for the right type of community to build. I think I look at some of these guys who've got like tens of thousands of subscribers, but they have basically the same views as I do. And I'm like, man, those subscribers are fake. Because you can buy subscribers, So I think that's what a lot of people do, is they go out and they buy. I actually was listening to one online trading guru who I think accidentally admitted that he had bought a lot of subscribers. So he said something like, "Oh, when I was first starting out, I had to buy those just because I didn't want people coming to the channel and seeing nobody on there." And I think he kind of slipped up there. Morning, Justin. Morning, Tommy. But this channel, I started it June of 2021, I think, right after Memorial Day of 2021. I didn't tell anybody about it. I just started doing it really as like a trading journal. And I didn't promote it at all. It was I just started posting videos, and it's just over the last year and few months, it's grown quite a bit. So, I think the first live stream I did, I had like, and that was after like months of being like posting stuff and having like regular commenters, regular people commenting. I think the first live stream I had like two people in there, and I knew who they were, and it was fine. It was just like it was totally fine. It was just like me talking to like the two guys that I usually, just communicate in the comments with. So that was it's awesome to see, 50 plus people in here now. Which for some people, I know some other people stream and they've got, 1,000, but for me, I want the right type of people. I like how the chat, you can actually post something in the chat and people actually answer it instead of just a fast moving chat going through there. So, I like keeping it small. So if people have questions, you can ask the questions and it's the right questions. We all kind of trade the same and looking at the same thing. So it's much more engaging. What's up, STR? How's Brazil, my friend? Yeah, I mean, I think Nico, I think we are coming down. You can see a support level on the 4 hour kind of here in this area at 12,340-ish. I think that could break and move down to 12,300. So there's 40 points right there. If I'm looking over here on the 4 hour. But in the meantime, yeah, I mean, I think we kind of said looking at trying to get that impulse up on the open, or this thing may just drift down. But we call, when you see that divergence of delta and the daily, what is this thing called over here? Cumulative change over here. Delta's usually going to win that battle. STR, my man, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Morning day trading vlog. It's Monday. That's right. It's Monday. Any weird thing could happen. Thank you, STR. I appreciate that. Four hours coming to a high value node. Nico, what profile are you looking at? Overnight? This is an overnight volume profile. And you can see over here as well. It's a lot of consolidation going on here in the market open last night. It's kind of moving back down to those prices. I think Nico's probably right. If it drops into this high value node, it may just want to come back down here and retest these levels. But we got 1 minute for only 1 minute now for the market open. I'm gonna be looking for that impulse up. And like we said, I think these bands have been providing a lot of support and resistance on the open. So I'll be looking at 50, 1249.50 plus with this down trend line that we're in, plus the 20 SMA on the 1 hour. So I want to get in a good price. You can see Delta here popping up a little bit on the market open. I want to get in a good price. I don't want to, short the bottom, even though, we're bouncing off the 20 SMA here on the 1 hour too. But yeah, we're looking for that impulse up and then maybe some Delta coming in that we can trade, or maybe it just drops down. I don't know. Scalping, scalping the open is always risque. Should we take our poll today, guys? What do you guys think today? Still watching this thing out of the corner of my eye. Again, I'm waiting for that impulse up. Let's see what we think here, guys. That impulse. 20 SMA on the 1 minute, immediate rejection of it. Coming into this supporting trend line. This is actually this point here is actually low of last Friday. Yeah, it looks pretty bearish today. Again, you want to be careful about shorting the bottom of it. That tiny little range we created, 22 to 8 points on the Nasdaq. Jesus. Push up. Do not copy my trades. Trading is very risky. My trades fail all the time. You know, if you watch my video from last Friday, I lost, you know, $2,300 on it. I'm taking that off. 8. So the trade from last Friday was a complete dud. I was thinking a lot about it this weekend. I haven't actually, well, I watched the video on Friday afternoon, but I was thinking about it over the weekend. And what I really should have done was, what I should have done was, you know, took half a position at that first bounce, at that first area, that 1520, I think it was 15,000. No, 15,000. What am I talking about? 12,520. Taking half a position right there. And as price began to turn bullish, when we started to make higher highs, higher lows, then that's when I should have began to add, instead of trying to find another bottom or pick the next bottom, and take my full position. Then, you know, that was just kind of a bad idea. So live and learn from it. Looking very bearish today. Some delta moving up right there. Hey Bear, what's your total trading capital? You want to know my account size? Enough. It's enough to trade 2 contracts. Yeah, I don't know. Now we're just tanking. We got the support area down here. Mm-hmm. It forms these little LVNs on it as it's crashing down. I think we're going to have a bearish day today, guys. I think we're going directional bearish. We got a bullish candle in the 1 minute. I take a loss on that. I think it's going to pop. Shoot. Doot, doot, doot. Bear, you have NinjaTrader license. Why don't you give it a try? Order flow chart. Why don't I give it a try? Order flow chart. I don't know, man, because I kind of have a strategy that I use, and when I have a bunch of shit up on my screen, it makes it very hard to trade. This is even too much stuff up on a screen, I think. So I'm not really I mean, I don't want to say like I'm gonna, you know, ignore certain things, but at some, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, I don't need it. You know, maybe it would help my trading a ton. I don't know. Maybe it would. I don't want to disregard it. I don't want to sound like I just got my thing that I've got going on here that's working for me. And I think if I just threw a whole bunch of stuff going on the chart, you know, a bunch of indicators, a bunch of order flow stuff, you know, trade detector, footprint charts, all that stuff, it's just going to be a mess of a situation on this chart. It'll just be like somebody vomited all over the place. Some people use footprint charts, and if that's your strategy that you're using, that's what you should use. I use mostly technical analysis, some order flow stuff, but other stuff is just price action, technical analysis, really. I mean, I've got this volume profile. The only reason I really have the volume profile is I like to look when it forms these low volume nodes, because they tend to act as support and resistance. But, you know, I'm not staring at just at the volume profile being like the volume profile is the holy grail. There's no really holy grail in any of this. It's just price action, support, basic support and resistance, and fundamental analysis. You know, just coming in here and recognizing that we're at the top of this channel and that we're moving lower. You know, it's going to want to come down from here. And you can look at Cumulative Delta if you want to give you an idea to kind of confirm that. But if you didn't have anything on your chart at all, I think the things that I would really need if I was just going to go completely naked would be, you know, multiple time frames. I don't even need really the 500 volume. I would just need multiple time frames to look at, you know, higher levels of support and resistance, and then move down to lower time frames to trade that bullish or bearish structure. I do, yeah. I've got a lot of stuff going on these charts. I've gotten criticized many times by people who say I've got too much stuff on my charts. I mean, everybody's got the way that they trade, right? Like, this is just a way that I trade that I feel like sometimes I'm trading and I'm like about ready to get into something. And then I'm like, man, I really wish I had the, you know, whatever. You know, like this looks bullish. And if I didn't have if I didn't have this Bollinger Band on the 1 hour, I would say, man, what is this thing hidden? Why is it looking so bullish all of a sudden? But I think it's hitting that 1 hour Bollinger Band. Moving up. It's now moving higher. I'm old, Durgish. I'm an old guy. I'm stuck in my ways. That's not to say that I think that some people on the channel have some great ideas about how they trade. And that's kind of what the Discord is. If you want to go over to the Discord, Durgish, I would encourage you to go over there and post what you're talking about order flow chart, which I'm not quite sure what you mean by order flow chart. You're talking about like a footprint chart? What's up, Wowie Carey? Weekend was good, man. Went out of town with the family. Went out of town. Just get back in the swing of things here. Pushing up. I'm still looking to take it down again. Oh, coming with the VWAP on volume here. What is going on? What's going on? I'm gonna let it dance around up here for a minute. 20 control coming in here. Long wick there on the hourly. Let's let it move around. We've closed above the 20 SMA on the 1 minute, so I'm gonna kind of sit in my hands here for a second and let it decide what it feels like doing these days right now. So we haven't looked at fundamentals, so I completely forgot to look over the fundamentals for this week. We do have FOMC on Wednesday, so it's FOMC week. I think it's going to be a big week for FOMC, what they decide to do in terms of how aggressive they're going to be with raising interest rates or not. I mean, they're going to raise rates. I think the question is how aggressive they're going to be with it. Got consumer confidence coming out tomorrow. Nothing really today, though. I think if you see, aggressive moves one way or the other on the Nasdaq, it's going to be all in anticipation of FOMC on Wednesday. We get some GDP on Thursday, initial jobless claims on Thursday, Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday, but FOMC on Wednesday is going to be the big deal. FOMC Wednesday. Yeah, a lot of big earnings. Yeah, we talked about that. Pre-market. Talked about Apple and Amazon coming out on Thursday. Sorry, Thursday, Apple and Amazon. So I'm not going to short this right here, even though I'm pushing off a VWAP. I think I'm looking at this 1 minute. I don't know. I think it might want to come up again and come up to 12,450. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it just comes down from here. But I'm gonna sit on my hands on this one, guys. I'm gonna let it move around a little bit here. It seems like it's having a little bit of identity crisis. Let's end our poll, shall we? I'm gonna end the poll. I'm gonna go grab some coffee and then I'm gonna end the poll. So if you have not gotten your poll answer in, now is your time to get your poll answer in. We're gonna get, oh my God, who is this guy? Who's this guy? I don't know how to, when these guys get in here, this thing is like next level. When these bots get in here with all this like spam and porno stuff, holy smokes, it's like impossible to get them out. It's like Yeah, it's spam and Turkish. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. I can delete them and I can hide them. But once they get in there, it's like a cancerous virus that cannot be like stopped. Yes, finally love in your city. If you guys, here's a tip, guy. Here's some info for you guys, for anybody looking for some love in their city. This is my new affiliate marketing campaign. Jesus. All right, guys, I'm gonna grab some coffee. I think this thing may bust up through here. I don't know. This is looking like it's having an identity crisis. I'm gonna grab some coffee. I'm gonna insert an ad here. My coffee break. I usually take a coffee break, and if you don't mind watching the ad or clicking on the ad, it helps support the channel. Or you can just let it go, but it's doing something here. I'm not quite sure what. Maybe we break this 83 level and come back down, but you can see here on the 5-minute band we're hitting the value area low plus the bottom of the band. And I don't know. I think I might chop around here for a second. So I'm gonna grab some coffee, throw an ad on here. If you watch it, appreciate it. If you click on it, appreciate it more. But I'll be back in like literally 2 minutes, not very long at all. All right, I'll be right back, guys. What's up, guys? We're back. We're back. We're back. So yeah, just kind of chopping around down here. Wow, it's starting to really slow down. I thought, it looked like it was just gonna tank. I thought on that one we were gonna, I don't know if we are gonna break support or not, but it's only down a quarter of a percent now. It's probably down closer to like 1% down here, but it moves about 2 to 2.5% a day. Oh, this guy's back. Let's hide user on channel. And then I report. And I report him, and then he gets whatever. We're gonna end our channel, or end our channel. We're gonna end the channel. We've got a spammer. We're ending the channel. We're gonna end our poll. So our poll for today is most of us are bearish on it. I would agree with that. I'm bearish on it. I think we're at the top of this channel. I think we are going to come down. I think there's probably a lot of concern about what the Fed's going to, or not concern, uncertainty about what the Fed's going to do on Wednesday, and markets do not like uncertainty. I did kick him off, man. I deleted him and kicked him off. It's a bot. It's a robot. Naked HD XYZ. It's a bot, and I don't know why I hit him. I deleted him. I reported him. I don't know what else to do with him. I don't know how he can come back. I think they changed. Somebody told me they changed like a little thing. I don't know how they keep coming back, but whatever. Yeah, I think that there is some uncertainty about what I say that word weird. Uncertainty about what the Fed's going to do on Wednesday. So, we'll probably see a lot of choppiness around that. But you can see here on the, I mean, this looks like maybe it's going to come down again. I'm just seeing that the bottom of the band on the 5-minute, right there, right at value area low. If I had a naked chart, this bearish this candle here on the 5-minute, you might be interested in trading off of it. But to be honest with you, right at the value area low, right at the bottom of the band, I don't know, maybe it popped down, but it doesn't look like a good price to get in on it for me. Other people might be seeing this better than I am. So I have to let it fall without me. Well done, STR. Well done. Who are you going through, STR? Which valuation, guys? $50K. Yeah, but sorry, it's like Apex, Lilu. Hey, congrats. Well, congrats on passing your evaluation, Tyson. That's great, man. Yeah, I think everybody struggles once you go like in a quote unquote live account. It's difficult to make that mental switch from sim/evaluation to the live. Sometimes if you get lost in the chop, you can just draw, some trend lines, take the 2 highest points, the 2 lowest points on the open, and just draw something out to try to give you some sort of reference. I think if you were going to short it, if you're looking to go short, I think somewhere up here would be your short area. You don't want to short it down here, I don't think, because it can do what it's doing right now and pop up. Man, all of these online prop firms, man, these guys are going batshit crazy with sales and different gimmicks and everything. For me, it's like a big red flag. I don't know. It seems like they really need revenue. Give me one sec, guys. I got to go turn off a light. Hold on, give me a sec. Alrighty. So now it's popping up to that level we were looking at to possibly short it. Didn't get slow trigger fingers here. I might try to take a short up here. I was thinking when I was getting coffee about how I need to get better at price levels. 26, I might add to it. Maybe not price levels, but getting better at taking not popping up to VWAP. Getting better at anticipating price, getting in at better prices. Let's take a scalp on that. We broke through that trend line pretty easily. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, these prop trading firms. These things are popping up like crazy. It's like a red flag for me that maybe they became so popular that and so many people now are doing them, and people are making money and trying to withdraw money, and they can't keep up with withdrawals. Like I think we had a Discord conversation going on in the chat, and we were posting a couple of videos of guys that did Top Step and were complaining about it. Well, one guy complained that he didn't get paid out because they changed the rules on him, and then said that he broke the rules, so they weren't going to pay him out. So he posted not a review. God, my brain is like completely shut down from the weekend right now. Yeah, posted like a testimonial of his experience with it, and it sounded really frustrating. And I've been getting a barrage of emails from these prop trading firms with deals they're doing and new promos and everything. So it seems like they're really trying to drum up, and I should have held that short up here, really trying to drum up a business. So I'm wondering if they're having a bit of a financial crisis because all the chickens are now coming home to roost. All those people that all of the good traders are still sticking around and making money, and all the not so good traders have quit, and they're not signing up anymore to their carnival game. But if that makes any sense, I don't know. I should have held that short. Well, the trade passed me by here, I think. Getting out of our area low right here would have been your kind of spot, I think. Although it's dropping, you can see Cumulative Delta dropping lower down here. I think, no, taking a short here might be a little too low. So this is I don't recommend particularly any of them, but I think that if you're new to trading and you want to get your feet wet, you want to get, you want to get some experience, you want to get started, you want to get going with it without having to drop $5,000 into your account. I think they're a good way for people to get started in trading. Absolutely. If you're a beginner, I would highly recommend doing one of these prop firm evaluations rather than putting your own money into an account. If you're a profitable trader and you're looking to like get really funded by a prop firm and you want to make like a living off of doing this, then no, I would say they're not for you. Do one, make a few thousand, if you can make $5,000 on one, pull out 5,000. I would say take that 5,000, put it into your own account, and trade micros off of it. That would be my advice. They're not for the long term. They're for short stints. If you want to practice, if you want to challenge yourself, I've done a few of them on this channel, mainly just like for fun, just to do something, not trade live capital on the stream. You want to, trade, I wanted to do a funding thing. It's also cool for people to kind of come back each day and look to see how you're doing on the challenge. But at some point, I think they will, shift the rules on you. And it's always kind of nerve-wracking whenever you put your withdrawal request in and seeing if it gets approved or not. It's like they could just say no, and then they could point to something in the fine print that you didn't see, or they change the rules. I think there's actually something in there that says, they can basically change the rules on you at any time and not tell you. And, then deny your withdrawal request. I think that's what they did with this guy at Top Step, is they basically changed the rules on him, or they made up some rule. They said they didn't like, I think they said that he was trading too many contracts. Not at a time, like he didn't go over his contract size limit. He was just trading he did like 200 contracts in a day on multiple trades. It wasn't like one trade he took 200 contracts. It was just too much high frequency trading for them. So yeah, I think that they're good for short term, or if you want to challenge yourself, or you're just learning. Yes, I would say do an evaluation. If you're a profitable trader who's really looking to get funded for long term, so, to really be able to then size up to like a $300,000 account or something, I would say no, probably. But that's my 2 cents. I don't know, Vernon. I don't know. Maybe, man. I mean, I think that's kind of like what we. So Vernon's saying that they don't care about making money from people taking the combines. And Vernon, tell me if I'm interpreting this wrong. They have to cast a huge net so that they find one or two good traders that last a lifetime with them. I think that's their marketing material. But I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe that's just me being cynical. I'm always kind of cautious of these things, cynical of these things. I never once had like one of these prop firms reach out to me and say, "Oh, we think you're a great trader. We really want you to get like on our prop desk, blah blah blah." I mean, some people maybe they have. Very bearish candle in the 5 minute. Yeah, I'm just cynical with it. Particularly like when I see some of the videos that they put out of like their owners, they're all the owners are like sitting in like an apartment or like a basement. I don't know, it just seems shady. There was one guy who's like doing them like literally. I mean, I think he must have been in his basement, and he had like a whiteboard, and he just threw it up like on his desk chair. Um, like he stood up and he put his whiteboard like on the chair he was sitting on to like write some promotional thing. I mean, it just seems like somebody just like came, has like some money making scheme, and there's some clause in there for them just to disappear and close everything down. That's why I tell people you should, if you got profit in your account, take it out, and take it out kind of like in small, consistent chunks, so that you can make sure you lock it up in your bank. Yeah, GG. I'm not going to call it anybody, but there was another one that had like a YouTube channel whose videos were just so weird. I mean, just so odd. Like, they were trying to be quirky or funny, but it's just when you're talking about trading, I think there's a point. I mean, I have the stupid bear avatar. I can't really talk, but um, like a delta dropping in that down here. Um, if you're like a prop trading firm like Desk, that you're trying to come across as like some financial institution or financial player, I think you've got to look somewhat professional. Now, if you're just some bear avatar, you can do whatever you want. Do as I say, not as I do. Prop firms. Really pushing down here now. Good. And if you're happy doing Apex and you're happy doing these things and it's working for you, I would say keep doing it. And I say that if you're new to trading, you're just starting out, I think they're great. I mean, I said it in the Discord, less than an hour, you can be set up with an NinjaTrader license key, data feed. They got all the instructions there on how to get started. I've got a video where you can get all these chart layouts and the chart templates and the workspace layout. I mean, literally within an hour, you can be on the screens trading for, $70 $75. And, if you were, that's not much more than what it would cost you to wire in a balance into a brokerage account. So I think they're great for beginners. I am not anti-evaluation firms. I just think I was just pointing out that they're doing a lot of promotional stuff now. They really seem like they're trying to churn up some new clientele. And again, that's because they do payouts based on not from the actual money that you're trading, not from your actual account, but from new people signing up for evaluations. And they also charge you a ridiculous monthly fee, $80 to $90 a month for your funded account, when you can get a rhythmic data connection for, I don't know, like $3 or $4 or something. So they're making money off of that too. And they say it's because you're a professional, which is BS. They've got you in a simulated account. But I could go on and on about it. Well, guys, we missed this big short. I was up here at VWAP. We went in on it, scalped it out, and came all the way down from there. Again, you don't want to get too high on this, too low on this thing. And then we were tanking here as we broke support, this red level, tanking down to the next support level, which is this other red level, which was this 4-hour low. I think if we can get through that, I think we're looking at 20 SMA on the 4-hour, bearish candle in the 1 minute. Yes, SW Blaze, I 100% agree with that. There are real prop firms out there, legitimate prop firms for real traders. Not that we're not real traders, but these online prop firms are not real prop firms. They're businesses. And I think that's a real conflict of interest for them. They're kind of hoping that you fail in your valuation, so you make money off of they make money off of the resets. And some people reset multiple times a day, which is not what you want to do. I tell people that if you're going to do one of these evaluations, to give yourself one reset a month, and don't allow yourself to reset any more than that. I believe that, I think on Apex, if you fail your evaluation, some people could maybe tell me differently. If you fail your evaluation, you still get your data connection for the rest of the month. So you can just trade sim for the rest of the month, and then start a new evaluation the next month. But you need to set some financial rules for yourself in place. If not, you'll sit there all day just resetting it, trying to hit grand slam on one trade, and that's essentially just gambling. And then when you get your funded account, you have to pay the $85 to get your funded account, and you'll blow your account. You'll blow it the same way you blew those 20 resets you took. So this level of resistance, 20 SMA here, the 1 minute, but this is all looking just a little too choppy for me. That short up at VWAP was a good trade, and I just didn't hold it. So that's on me. That's on me. CSTR, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for supporting the channel, buddy. I appreciate it. A little bit of a two-legged pullback going on the 500 volume. You got one leg pushed down, second leg coming up, hitting the 20 SMA on the 1 minute, back into the supporting trend line, plus this downtrend line. Is this the area of confluence where it breaks down? Possibly. I can tell I'm in a little bit of a salty mood today. I don't know. I think it's just a Monday morning. It's rainy and cloudy here in the Midwest. It's been crazy hot the last 2 weeks, or particularly last weekend. It was super hot. And now we finally got some rain coming in. Sam, yep, I agree. If they pay out, as long as they pay out, I say go for it. and that's also why I say pick the one that's the cheapest. Pick the one that's the cheapest and go with that one, particularly if you're just starting out. And so I've got a coupon code for Apex. If anybody's interested in that, you get 50% off any of their 50% off any of their combines or their valuations. So I always say go for the cheapest one and start there. And if you pass it and you get funded, awesome. And if you fail, you didn't spend 3 times the amount on somewhere else failing. So here's 50. I'll post this one here. Use that coupon code if you're interested. You see point of control coming in here. So Durgish is asking, Bear, why do you use 500 volume chart? Why not the 1,000, 2,000 or more chart? I just like the 5,000 volume, or 5,000 volume, 500 volume. I used to use a 500 tick chart, which I actually have up over here. I just like the structure of it, and it's just what I'm used to. I've got higher time frame stuff going on over here, and this is really like my fine-tuned entry chart. It just suits my eyes, Durgish. Suits my eyes. This thing's just grinding lower. When it just starts grinding lower like this, I'm really looking for those big impulses up, back up to a big area of resistance. I don't want to short the bottom because it doesn't seem like we're absolutely dropping out of the sky on some sort of fundamental news. So, really for me, if we look at today's, what's been going on today, it's back up at VWAP, back up at this area. It's probably the area that you want to short it. Back up here. So we're not anywhere close to that. We're now moving down to that area of support, which was this 4-hour low. Actually, Friday's low over here. This is last week's volume profile. Maybe we could just look at it to see like how the market's trading within last week's structure. This is last week's volume profile. You can see we're kind of close to the value area low from last week. Down here. So this seems kind of like an area of support that it's liked, at least for last week. Down here. But it is, looking bearish, so. We're now through that support level, moving down. So some people, I'm looking over the Discord. I think some people are asking about how you can add the volume profile here. That's part of the lifetime license order flow suite. If you've got the lifetime license on NinjaTrader, it's like $1,100, so it's no small investment. But if you've got the lifetime license, you just look at indicators and come over here to volume profile, and you double click that, and then my setup is over here. And this is included. I've got a video that's got my whole workspace template and my each chart template files in there, so you can just import these files into your NinjaTrader and it'll pop up just how I've got my chart setups. And that video is in the channel. I'll also show you how to actually import it, so if anyone's interested in doing that, and then I'll give you all these settings by default within those template files. If you don't have the lifetime license, I don't know where you can get a free volume profile. I do know where you can get a free cumulative delta indicator, and I also have that a video in the channel. You can just search for that in the channel. There's a search bar up in YouTube, and you can just literally search free, like cumulative delta or free. If you type in free, I think you'll find the cumulative delta one, and if you type in workspace or template, you'll find my workspace template and chart templates. There's something else I was going to say. Oh, I was going to say some people are really turned off by the $1,000 NinjaTrader license, and I'll say that if you open up your own account, the money that you save on commissions using NinjaTrader brokerage, you'll pay for the license within a month or two. I mean, I think it took me a month to pay the. I was trading so much when I first opened up my account. Scalping it, 10 contracts a day or something like that. What I saved, I basically paid for my NinjaTrader license within a month or two, I think. So you do get a discount on commissions if you buy the lifetime license. Where's my Discord? It's pinned up there. If you see the pin message up here in the chat, there's a link there to the Discord. Here you go. There's the Discord. You can see here this low volume node provided resistance up there. Oh, this thing's gonna fall. I need to find an entry, I think. We can see this 5-minute candle. It's very bearish. I mean, all these bearish 5-minute candles. You don't want to get in too low on it though. That's my thing. I jump in on it. I'm like, this baby's crashing. And I jump in on it, and what happens? It pops up 100 points on me before it crashes. No, you're good, man. You're good. You're good money, kiddo. I appreciate you asking. Go over there and hop on that Discord. Lots of stuff going on over there. Very bullish candle in the 1 minute. Watching the grind. Watching the grind. You can just draw down trend line if you want. I think maybe up at 59, back up at this value area low might be an interesting spot. It's also coming, maybe up here, what was resistance or what was support, I'm sorry, which was this red line we had drawn out, which was over here on the 4-hour support, may now be resistance. And you can see a little bearish action going on there. Again, I'm just cautious of, trying to short this. Getting it up there at VWAP where I got in before was a good trade, but anything down here is just chasing price, I think. So got this down trend line, which we've got right here. 58. Be interesting, I think. Draw on the 500 volume as well. That's an area of confluence with the value area low on the session volume profile. also got the 20 SMA up there on the 1 minute. Well, that's interesting, Durgish. I didn't know that. You can trade CFDs too, probably in India. I mean, you can. You absolutely can trade CFDs in India. Up 900. Very nice, sir. Very nice. Why we care. Good job. Good job. Nice. I'm glad you got that short on there. Yeah, there was this little triangle thing going on, which I drew out here. We kind of had this false breakout to the up. We hit VWAP, then we came down, we broke this, and this does look like a good trade. You can see though, as the 1 minute was retesting the back of it, this area of confluence though would have been a very nice trade for anyone. Taking it down low now. Maybe back, and this is your next kind of short zone, I think, up here at this trend line, value area low, 20 SMA on the 1 minute. I'm just kind of cautious here. This looks like a short actually with that candle there on the 1 minute. I'm just cautious of shorting the bottom of it. You know, I'm trying to be a lot more patient with my trades. And one thing I was saying when I got into this thing up here was that I'm trying to take a little bit longer view of it. It's difficult when I'm live streaming to take that longer view because I don't want to get into like a massive drawdown situation. And obviously I don't want to get into that, but I also don't want I just see the profit going and I'm like, oh, boom, take profit. And I think as traders, that's what we all struggle with, right? So I should have held this one down at least to the value area low on the trade, but I didn't. So and this one, you know, kind of doing some consolidating down here. It might come down to 20. It may come down to 13. May just fall. We can see Delta down there dropping. It looks bearish. I wouldn't be buying it here as a support level. I also don't want to short the bottom of it, so I'm just trying to be patient with it. 925. You know, I probably have to look for like a 1 minute pullback. You know, we were looking at those last week, which really worked out when we started to go directional on a day. I think we're going directional to the downside today. When the 1 minute would provide that pullback towards the 20 SMA, which just happened actually, you know, a few minutes ago, which we didn't take. Now we're breaking lower. You know, looking at that pullback to this trend line to the 20 SMA on the 1 minute has been profitable. Yeah, CFDs do have spreads. You're absolutely right. CFDs are very risky. They're not allowed in the US actually. They do have big spreads. It's like trading Forex. Forex spreads I hated. Forex is the worst. Anybody here trade Forex? Forex is too slow. I was looking at my phone like this thing just dropped. Son of a gun. Well, let's be patient on a pullback here. This thing is having these kind of like these like little bursts of energy, and then it slows down, then bursts, and slows down. We saw that burst here on that move up to VWAP. It looked like it was going to. Looks like it was going to roll on this one. Then we saw that big impulse up to VWAP. Well, guys, I gotta wait for a decent pullback on a 1 minute. I think it's going to be my trade entry. You know, you're always like, I don't want to short the bottom. I'm not going to jump in. You're always finding reasons not to take the trade, and then before you know it, price is down here at 12,000. You're like, shit, why didn't I take the trade? But trading futures is risky. Like, over here we're looking at it bearish. We're like, bearish, it's dropping, and then boom, we get that big impulse up. Anybody here use Bookmap? Some of this LVN, this might be interesting. And look at this thing. This thing is nutsos. Nutsos in your, I don't know. Coming right up there to that nice thing. This thing looks too bearish. I would not be long on it, that's for sure. I'll tell you that right now. This thing's got quite a bit of room to the downside. You need to look at the larger context. Larger context is going to give you direction. And then you move down to the lower time frames to find your trade setups. This is not my strategy. This is not some secret. This is not some secret that I'm going to package and sell. This is just normal, boring trading. See all these, I've been thinking about doing more educational, some educational videos, but I honestly just don't know what to say. I don't know how to put it. This low volume note here, 37. I've got this trend line here. If that breaks, I might short it. Look at that volume coming through though on Delta. I see we had this discussion over in the Discord as well as this guy. What is his name? I hate putting out names. Anyway, he was selling a course, and the idea was basically you draw out yesterday's point of control, or the previous day's point of control, and you just trade the bounce of that. That if price goes down to the previous day's point of control, you trade the bounce as a scalp. And that was his whole strategy that he sold for $3,000 or something to anybody who wanted to find out. I mean, it's the stupidest strategy. It's not stupid. I mean, I think that is. We were talking about previous day's point of control being an area of interest, and an area that you should look at Delta moving here. Ooh, this looks like it might pop up. It should be an interest for you, right? With previous day's point of control. But to package that and sell it as some secret trading system, I don't know. Just seems wrong. Wrong as a human being, I feel like there's some ethical things here, and there's a lot of people. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get on YouTube and sell this stuff. It just as as a human, get up there knowing that you're selling basically a paper bag of BS. And maybe they really feel like it's some great strategy they found, and that they really truly believe that they are providing a service. I don't know, maybe. There's somebody, look at this low volume note with this counter trend line. I may take a short up here. I don't know. Maybe they believe it. I don't know. I'm forcing trades now. I can feel it. I might have to take my stop on this. Yeah. I still want to short this thing. Get out of here. Still want to go short. Sorry. 63 would be my stop. Move my stop up here. I might get in again if it pops up a little bit higher. There was somebody else. I was selling like the two-legged pullback thing. I guess if you're really not good at like identifying patterns, then if you had like an indicator that, you know, showed you the patterns, then I think, yeah, that would be maybe beneficial to you. But two-legged pullbacks don't work all the time. I mean, they just don't. There's no strategy out there that works all the time. There's going to be a point where the market conditions change and your strategy that you've been using fails. And that's just the truth of it. And then you're going to keep using that strategy to the point of account exhaustion. And you're like, why isn't this working? It's because market conditions have changed. And you've got to be able to recognize that. I mean, I talk about it all the time about just stalking the market. You know, you want to stalk the market. You want to find those opportunities, those repeatable patterns that you can take advantage of. And then apply whatever strategies you have in your toolbox to fit the market conditions that are going on. So people ask me, what's your strategy? I don't have my strategy is just technical analysis with, you know, with fundamentals. Find the fundamentals, do your technical analysis, trend lines, support and resistance areas, and trade that. I do like Bollinger Bands. I don't know why. They just give me like a roadmap, not a roadmap, but like a framework, kind of something for my eyes to look at. Like I can see the top of that band there at 52. I think it's at a critical area here. What does it want to do? Does it want to come up? Time is at 9:34. I almost want to jump in a short here, but it just looks too choppy right here. Yeah, Durgish, I know they did, and it wasn't because of his trading. That's that Ross Cameron. It was because he was selling courses that, and he wasn't. I think that they felt like he wasn't being honest about, you know, expected results for his students. A lot of students want to go in there thinking they're going to make 80 grand a day. With his strategy, which is basically just like a gap and go, and I could be wrong. Don't kill me. So basically, just a gap and go strategy on fundamental. Not even fundamental, I don't think. Basically, they scan stocks and then just do like a gap up or like a gap up strategy. Gap up, pull back, buy the pullback, take it up on a massive amount, a massive size, you know, for 10 cents on like, you know, like 20,000 shares for 10 cents or something. I don't know. Man, I don't trade like that, so I can't even do the math quickly in my head. But I don't know if this was a good trade or not. I'm looking at this back into this trend line. I'm just scalping it a little. Bearish candle on the 5, bearish candle on the 1, but you got this low volume node right here at 20, plus the bottom of the band. I got in and out of that pretty quick. Oy, 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 oy. I'm just seeing this LVN, the support level at 19. And when I can tell that I'm, look at these 1 minutes. These 1 minutes are all just gliding off that trend line with bearish signals. Ay. No. When I can tell that I'm getting super granular on this, like looking at the 500 volume like this, like really granular, I can tell it's time for me to take a break. I can tell that I'm really reaching for something that may not be there. Low volume node in here. You can see this ledge, lower volume. I mean, I think what you want to, Sync could easily pop to the upside easily. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call it quits there for the live stream today. I'm gonna get up. Look at that 1 minute. Yeah, I'm gonna call it quits. I think that bearish action is too conflictive. This thing should have come down on all this bearish action. Bearish candle there. Bearish candle. Gliding across that trend line. Now this is a bullish candle. Looks like it may want to pop up. I'm probably gonna call it quits on the live stream on that one, guys. I appreciate you watching. Yeah, trading the P&L a little bit. I don't know, this might be a short up here, but this looks too choppy for me. I'm gonna call it quits on that one. I may come back and look at it in 20 minutes or so, but I can tell when I get like super microscopic like this on the 500 volume that you're about to get chopped up. So, or I'm about to get chopped up. So I'm gonna call quits on that. 6:49 on the day, 6:49. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Check out the Discord if you want. There's a ton of conversations going on over there. All sorts of stuff. I try to answer as much as I can, try to stay on top of it, but it's quite a bit coming through, and it seems like everybody who's asking questions is getting answers from somebody. So good conversations going on over there. So check it out. Yeah, and check out the channel. If you haven't given this video a like, if you wouldn't mind giving it a like before I jump off, I'd really appreciate it. I try to get 50 likes, but you know, it is what it is. But if you wouldn't mind giving it a like, I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I live stream 90% of mornings. Sometimes I'll take one morning off a week. Usually it's, but this week I think I'm going to be trading every morning. And it's all completely free. So please consider subscribing. I also post some trade recaps. If I trade after the live stream, I'll post trade recaps like I did on Friday, which for a big loss. Other days I've got winners, but sometimes on those trades are typically longer time frames, meaning I hold it for a little bit longer than I do. I'm mostly scalping on the live stream, and then I'll maybe record like longer period trades. Wow, I'm having a hard time, guys. I need to jump off these screens. My brain is completely fried. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. All right, see you. Bye. Thanks.